wouldn't it be great if you could get a home-cooked meal that's ready to go when you're ready to eat? Well, guess what? You can, and it's called meal prepping. A little time spent preparing now can save you a lot of time later. So, let's prep. Today we're gonna be meal prepping for one of my favorite times of day, lunchtime. We're gonna be making 4 different recipes that are easy to make and easy to eat. How are we gonna do all that at once? Well, by using the simple art of multitasking. For instance, I'm gonna start multitasking right now by taking our quinoa and putting it in the microwave. We're gonna move on to our next recipe by taking out some preheated sheet pans. I know, preheating your sheet pan, isn't that always just an accident? Well, today it's not. We're gonna be using preheated sheet pans for an even bake of our chicken veggie stir fry. Oh, yes. Hot and ready, just like me for meal prepping. Now you might notice that we have 2 sheet pans here. Well, that's so the bottoms of our stir fry don't burn, and it kind of gives it more of a crispier texture. I know, it's kind of crazy. We're making a stir fry without really stirring or frying. Next, we're gonna be adding a little avocado oil and a little sesame oil to our beautiful pan. Smells good already. Next, we're gonna be just taking a bunch of vegetables and dumping them on our pan. Not 1, but 2 kinds of bell pepper. So healthy. And last but not least, adding our pre-marinated sesame teriyaki chicken. I use this Simple Truth sesame teriyaki marinade, and all you have to do is pour it over some chicken in a plastic bag and let it sit. Now we stir everything together. Okay, I guess there is a little bit of stir fry here. You know, this is the stir aspect. Once you got everything well incorporated, it's time to take your beautiful sheet pan and put it in the oven for about 15 minutes. Oh, 2 pans. Heavy, but worth it. Because we're multitasking and saving time, we're gonna get started making our next dish too. I'll be using these Kroger brand halved Brussels sprouts as the base for my Nourishing salad jar. Ooh, so fresh, so convenient, so already sliced for me. Next, we'll be drizzling it with a little olive oil, some fresh, raw, delicious red onion that's gonna be joining our Brussels sprouts on their adventure to being lightly roasted. Gorgeous. We're gonna pop this in with our stir fry. Now, while our Brussels are baking, it's time to move on to our quinoa fried rice lettuce wrap. We're gonna take our quinoa and we're gonna add it to our pan of frying vegetables right here. Because our quinoa is fully cooked, we're doing this to get that crispy fried rice texture, which frankly is my favorite part of fried rice. Now that this is incorporated and we've got our frying underway, it's time to add an egg. There we go. So while this is getting a little extra fry, it's time to make our sauce. Fear not, because this sauce is super simple and super satisfying. Our first ingredient is Simple Truth tamari sauce. With sauces, it's really to each their own. Measure to taste. You're the one tasting it. Next, we'll be adding a splash of teriyaki, a couple drops of fish sauce, and last but not least, salt and pepper. Give it a quick little stir, and done. See, it wasn't that hard to make a sauce. The way I like to eat my quinoa fried rice is in a lettuce wrap. A little mess, but no stress. Last but not least, we seal these up, and later this week, I'm gonna have an awesome, fresh quinoa fried rice lettuce wrap ready for lunch. Oh, and it's time to take our other 2 meal items out of the oven. That includes our amazing sheet pan chicken and veggie stir fry, and these gorgeous roasted Brussels. It smells so good. And I can't believe I'm making 4 meals simultaneously. Wow, I should give myself more credit. First things first, a nice little bed of romaine, a spoonful of beans, some bell pepper, some red onion, some tomato. You know, this is what I love about a Southwest chicken salad. Not only does it taste great, it looks beautiful. The colors. And our rotisserie chicken. A big part of prepping is prepping, so do yourself a favor and chop everything up beforehand. Or, like I like to do, buy it pre-chopped. A sprinkling of cheese. Love that. Little cheese in every bite. And our last ingredient, some corn. And for those of you that want to go above and beyond, chop up some fresh cilantro to add on top. Add a squeeze of lime. For my dressing, I like to go with the Private Selection Fire Roasted Poblano Ranch Dressing. Tasty, fiery, creamy, everything you want and more. And since you're meal prepping for the whole week, I recommend eating your salad first, while it's the most fresh. To build our jar, we'll first add a base of our quinoa. Next, we're gonna take even more of our roast chicken. Next, we add our layer of roasted Brussels sprouts. This is a nourishing salad, roasted salad jar. Store the extra Brussels sprouts as a great side for any dinner this week. Now, a layer of pecans. And last but not least, a layer of dried cranberries. Now, since assembling this salad was so simple, let's mix it up a little bit by mixing together our own salad dressing. This simple salad dressing is olive oil, apple cider vinegar, mustard, garlic, and a little salt and pepper. Put it in a jar. Now it's time to finish assembling our sheet pan vegetable and chicken stir fry. When we chop the bok choy, we save the tops to add as a fresh ingredient later so it retains its crunch. Then, some fresh green onion because, you know, I love green onion. And that's why. Fold it all together, and then we add it to a bed of white rice. Delicious! Who doesn't love a stir fry for lunch? And last but not least, we're gonna add a little extra of our Simple Truth Sesame Teriyaki Marinade. And voila, here you have it, 4 perfectly prepped lunches for the week ahead. That's great. I mean, really, it took about the same amount of time as making one good meal. Why not spend that time multitasking and make 4? Thanks for joining me today on Let's Prep. If you have any tips for meal prepping, let us know in the comments below. Or let us know what you'd like to see us make next time. For now, just remember, a little preparation now can save you a lot of time later.